When I was a kid, I just find any thing that made noise. If it was pots, pans, you name it, I was breaking them. I just wanted to hear what it would sound like. When I'm walking to school, I remember as a kid, it was just nothing but violence and gangs and stuff like that. But I remember listening in my Walkman, my headphones. I was just inspired by the fact that you can do more. I felt like music saved my life, so I wanted to save others with it. This is East LA. This is where I think I spent a lot of my years, from 13 through 17. I remember I would take the bus right from that corner over there and just spend hours here just waiting and listening to music on my headphones and stuff. And when I look over here, it's kind of, I hear music, I hear, and my memories, it's all attached to this. It's just it feels like home. I consider myself an artist because it's still creating something. You're a tastemaker. You create tastes that hopefully people will like, that will fit their palate. Definitely playing records and DJing is very inspiring to me. If it gets a crowd moving and inspired, I think that you're doing the right thing. It's like my testing ground, a dance floor. If it's working on a dance floor, most of the time it's going to work on radio. I think the biggest influence I've made impact in my community is through Lady Gaga. To have an artist who directly asked me to incorporate my culture into an album, at the peak of her success. I want you to make my album a little bit more Mexican. I want mariachi, I want percussions, I want the whole thing. To bring my culture into a pop record like this is amazing. My dream was always to influence their music. I feel like my biggest accomplishment is the ability to influence people with their music and not make them feel like they're going through an experience alone. I feel it's in my blood, to entertain and to play music, especially music that I create. You couldn't ask for a better situation.
I was born in San Diego, but raised in Tijuana, and it's such a unique situation. So it's like I was growing up living in two different worlds with two different cultures and two different languages and two different cuisines at the same time. That's Mexico. This border means everything to me. It means the collision of two cultures, of two cuisines, of two histories, of two everything. What I took the most of watching my grandfather and my aunt cooking was their deep love for family and tradition and culture and Mexican ingredients. And it's been a huge, huge, huge inspiration. A ver, un taquito de barbacoa de borrego? See? Oh my God, see, look at this. It's making my mouth water. A little bit of salsa, a squirt of fresh lime juice, and it's like Mexico on a plate. And this is my kind of food right here. The best advice I could give someone is to always hold on to both cultures and always hold on to both histories, especially if it's tied into your family. It is a conscious effort to keep both aspects of myself very much alive, both the American side and the Mexican side. For me, it was about embracing both cultures. I think from my Mexican culture, I take the fact that everything revolves around family. I grew up with all the traditions and all the history. Everything about my cooking and my history is so deeply rooted in Mexico and its story.
So good.
I'm an American, and I embrace American culture, and I like fast food every once in a while, and I don't wear a sombrero when I go to the supermarket.
How many people can say that they had their foot in two different countries growing up at the same time? It totally makes me who I am.
We are sisters, business partners, and also friends, and we love each other. We born in Mexico City from Mexican parents. We've been living in Madrid for a while because we studied there, and then we moved to New York, and we started with our clothing brand called Pavon. What makes us be connected with our background is first of all our family, because they are our best friends and our support. Our must-have in our brand is the ruffle tube dress. This is our signature dress because when we first started our brand, we were thinking to create something cool, like a must-have for girls. Victoria is a very strong character, super creative. When she says yes, it's yes. When she says no, it's no. When she doesn't like something, she says, I don't like. When she likes, she loves. Luz is super giver, nice, sweet, and she is super perfectionist. Because sometimes I do certain things and she's like, oh no, that doesn't look good. And she make it again. Like perfection. Yes, she's like perfection. We come from Mexico, never stop us to do anything because it doesn't matter where you come from. Everyone can do anything if they decide to do it because your limits are in your mind. We feel proud from
We like our culture, we love it. Sometimes we get inspiration from our background, Mexican background. The colors like magenta, royal blue, green.
We want people to recognize pavon when you see it. Oh, this print is pavon because it's not common. We would like to see it in everyone, hopefully soon.
We're already influencing fashion. We have another kind of concept. That's why the people like it. We have to be better every day. But never forget where you start. Never.
My background is Ecuadorian, Mexican, and Black. I grew up in a predominantly white neighborhood, and so people always kind of had a tough time specifying what ethnicity I was, and I kind of felt like I was in between a couple different worlds. Moving here to Chicago and also going back to visit my family in Ecuador really showed me how important Hispanic culture is and how much of an influence being Hispanic really plays a part in our identities. I think my mom inspired me the most to become who I am today. You know, she always encouraged me and she always pushed me forward, and I owe so much of my success to her. She has such high expectations of what I can do, and she's constantly looking for the next bigger and better thing that I can do. I started Zoe Damascene Apparel when I was 14, and of course no one took me seriously as a 14-year-old designer. And so over the years I had to, build up my name and prove to the world that, even though I'm a teenager, I'm still a serious designer. My line is very colorful, it's very vibrant, it's very energetic, and I love to kind of mix and match things a lot. Being a mixed race person myself, I love incorporating so many different elements into one thing. Just looking at all the textures and the colors always inspires me to create new and different things in my designs. But I think in particular, I really am influencing that young teenage Hispanic girl who's kind of looking for her place in life and looking to, do something big, but not really sure how to go about it yet. I came from humble beginnings and I came from kind of a tough background, and I was able to rise above all that and create a better life for myself and for my family. And so I hope that specifically for Hispanic people, they can learn from the things that I've done and apply that to their own lives.